calling because I have a rescue dog that I rescued as a puppy 7 years ago. She's a mixed Australian Shepherd. I believe I would say she's an alpha female, loves people, loves kids, is pretty obedient, a lot of fun to have around. She doesn't like other dogs. That's the problem. If I take her to the dog park, she will start a fight with another dog. She does not like small dogs. She'll lunge at them. So I have to hold her with all my might to keep her from causing issues. And being 7 years old, I don't know if there's a cure or not. And that's the reason for my call.
All right, let's go over this, Corey. First of all, when people have a dog that's older, 7 years old, 6 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, it's like telling me that my grandfather couldn't learn when he was 80. He learned every day. He read the papers every day and learned. So they can be taught at any age. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. But there's a lot of things. The reason that the dog may not like other dogs is probably your fault. And when in doubt, blame mom and dad. That's what any good therapist will do. The first thing that you need to start doing right now is to gradually desensitize and count the condition. What does that mean? Right now, the dog associates aggressive behavior, whatever may be causing it, and we'll get into that, when he sees other dogs. So what happens is, if we can make him see other dogs and feel confident, calm, and happy, we can start changing that behavior little by little. But it takes the right way to do it. For example, some people say, your dog sees another dog and he acts aggressive, distract him and give him a treat. Then the dog realizes if he wants a treat, all he's got to do is act aggressive to another dog. So take the time to desensitize. Gradually expose your dog to other dogs at a distance where the dog feels safe. Depends. Every dog has a different place, a different distance. Find a distance where your dog feels safe from other dogs. And if you have friends, walk their dog at that distance and just walk. So now when you go for a walk, the dog is at a safe distance. He feels comfortable. Little by little, that confidence will build up. Now, here's something that I really recommend. It's what I call the look at me training approach. If we take the time to teach our dog to look at us when they're reacting, then we can help resolve that issue. This can be a lifesaver on walks. When your dog sees another dog, you can gently direct him to look at you instead. And if you're consistent and follow my advice on that's helpful in resolving the issue. Now, before you heard me talk about walk at a distance where your dog feels safe. Observe your dog's threshold. Every dog has a different threshold. Every person has a threshold. That's the point where the dog feels calm, maybe alert, but calm to seeing other dogs. And start gradually, over a period of time, getting closer and closer. Also, when you take your dog for a walk, very often what happens is the dog reacts and then you react. You tighten up on the leash. You pull the dog back. You yell at the dog. That makes things worse. Even though the dog's 7 years old, if you follow my advice and we start, I adopted a dog years ago that was 12 years old, that was aggressive, a street dog, and it took me months and months to resolve, and he lived to be 14, but at the end, he was fine with other dogs. I was grayer, but he was fine.